Now, of course, Celeste is a narrative-driven platform, but quickly it turns out to be something so much more than that. As you climb the mountain, one frustrating, difficult jump at a time, meet new people, you begin to see something building up underneath. I soon realized that what looked like just a normal, fun platformer was actually a masterclass in taming your inner critic. From struggling against your inner negative self, personified as battling for our main character here, to meeting other characters fighting their own inner demons, showing how each person's struggle is unique to them. If you've ever doubted yourself, this game's hidden message might just change everything for you. From the beginning, Madeline is aware of her anxiety and self-doubt, and has even decided to do something about it, climbing an entire mountain. Something that is shown at the beginning briefly shows us the very first step to overcoming those issues, having the awareness to decide to act. That part's not very easy, and just like climbing a mountain in real life, people get stopped before they even start. They let doubt and fear control their decisions. See, they make it to this grand obstacle, and they say to themselves, man, I can't possibly do this. But they fail to realize it's just one step at a time, one single jump at a time. And eventually, you make it to the top. But they don't think about that. They think about, I have this entire mountain to climb. How am I going to do that? And they just give up. They let that doubt stop them before they even got started. See, for Madeline, she had to do more than just drive to the mountain. She had to then climb it, get out of her car, start walking towards it, and even face some danger along the way. One big thing that Madeline does too, and actually this is shown at the very beginning as well, is she has something more important to herself than the fear, than the doubt. She came to that mountain ready to climb no matter what. She had made that decision beforehand, even through the doubt. And because of that, she had a commitment that was more important to her than that self-doubt and self-fear. And that's what helped her get started. And that's kind of, probably not necessarily inherently instated, shown throughout every time she continues to keep going. And even you, as the player, you made a commitment to finish the game. And that's why you continue to finish the game throughout the struggling. And that's why in life, you're going to have to continue to find those things that are more important to you than the doubt and the fear and anxiety that you're going to face in life. And when you do, you'll be getting right up that mountain. Just like dealing with those mental issues in life, you'll have to have the persistence and perseverance to stick with the work, successes, and other failures. See, one thing that self-doubt will try to get you to do is to put a self-limiter on your own potential. You'll try to justify through your own self-doubt why you can't do something. And self-doubt will also keep you from realizing your maximum potential, because you'll always only be able to see yourself achieving either just enough or not enough. Both of those are bad, because you won't ever see yourself achieving more than enough and reaching higher heights than you ever have before. Much like in Celeste, there's a couple of times where some of her own self-doubt keeps her from moving forward. And just like we'll talk about, there's parts of the game where you actually have to work with your self-doubt and conquer it until you can even progress. Sort of like being able to raise your own lid on your potential. When you feel like you start making some real progress, like you've won, made it to the top. If you haven't dealt with the core of your issues, guess what? It's going to come right back and topple you down the mountain again. And that's exactly how self-doubt works in this case. See, in Madeline's case, it's battling. Battling, the personification of her self-doubt, loathing, and anxiety, topples her down. Starts to fight with her, starts to wrestle with her. It was something that she hasn't dealt with quite yet, but is still trying to persevere, even with battling, making it more difficult. But the thing is, dealing with the core issue of your doubt can't be solved by running from it. You can't solve it by trying to do more, strive more, be more. At some point, you're going to have to stop and deal with it. You'll have to get open with yourself and embrace it, get vulnerable. Only then can you start to work at the root of what your issue is and begin to heal. See, Madeline has to work with battling ultimately in order to even finish the climb and to finish it well. And if you notice, when Madeline actually starts to work with Madeline, it's almost like she gets superpowers. Like she's even stronger than before. And that's exactly what it's like in real life too. Once you start dealing with those core issues of what is causing that doubt. Maybe it was someone when you were growing up, a parent, a family member, a good friend. Maybe they were judging you. Maybe they were either always correcting you, maybe unintentionally making you feel less than, cutting away at your worth. and you never either forgave them or went back and actually kind of deal with that issue or talked it through with them or just talked it through with yourself. But once you start doing that, once you start healing from that, then you'll get your superpower. You start unveiling more of who you are meant to be, and where your self-worth actually comes from will start to grow. Then you start fighting doubt. Then you just get better at working with your self-doubt. You'll always still have those moments of self-doubt, but you'll be better at working with them and maybe even recognizing some even more stuff as the self-doubt comes up. You can start looking deeper into it, healing more things, and getting even better. And just like with climbing this mountain, it's going to take step by step, jump by jump. It's going to be wrought with all sorts of different types of obstacles and challenges. There'll be some fun times, there'll be some not so fun times, and then ultimately, you'll make it to that top. Here's the other thing too about this story that you can really take a lot from. Notice all the people that Madeline meets on the way to the top. Even from the very beginning, with the old lady you first meet. Even she kind of gives you a little bit of clues of like how difficult it's going to be. But you can tell she's got experience behind it, so she knows what she's talking about and can actually even help. Notice all of the people you meet along the way. They got their own baggage too. And it's that power of some of that community. They can start helping each other get better. They start realizing, hey, we're not so different. We got some unique situations, but we're all dealing with something. And having that group of people, those groups of friends, can really help you grow too. Even in just that first encounter with the person you meet after you start climbing. You know, he takes a little bit of initiative and starts talking to you, and at first, you're not really wanting to talk much, but then you come back, and then she talks a little bit more. Madeline talks more. Then she starts to open herself up a little bit more. So you can see here, the power of friendship, not to be cliche, but it's kind of true. The power of friendship and association also help with some of that healing, working through things, and will also help with some of that self-doubt. So getting some good association. So if you take all these different pieces together, the perseverance, the continued struggling, meeting new people, getting a good association, working through your issues, eventually working with that part of you that maybe caused some of the issues, learning more about who you are and becoming who you were meant to be. Putting all those different things together, you make it to the top of the mountain. Your self-doubt and anxiety don't have to keep you down. And look, I get it. At the end of this whole thing, you might be asking yourself, man, this is a game. It's not real life. I can't climb a mountain. You might even let just your own self-doubt when you're playing this game not let you see all the rich rewards that come from playing this game. Not just from the fun of it or the art around it or the baller soundtrack, but the depth of it, because your own self-doubt is blocking you. And I understand, it's hard and it's difficult sometimes. And sometimes you do want to quit. I can tell you at the end of it, just like at the end of this game, the view is beautiful at the top. And I know you can get there. You can choose to move forward. As James Hollingworth once said, courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear. If you're looking to get started with step 1 of self-awareness here, maybe this video right here can help you get started. Let me know in the comments what's more important than your fears, and I'll see you soon.